Hi, I'm Jason Wolk with Echo Incorporated. In today's video I'll be showing you how to perform some preventative maintenance on your Echo SRM-225 string trimmer. Before we get started, we'll go over a few items that you'll need in order to complete a tune-up. First of all, you will need the Echo 90152Y YouCan Maintenance Kit, which includes your replacement fuel filter, includes a replacement spark plug, and a replacement air filter. In order to replace some of the components, you'll need just some basic tools. First one, to replace the spark plug, you will need a 19mm spark plug wrench or combination wrench tool. You also need some kind of hook to basically fish out the fuel filter that's inside the fuel tank. So this hook can be made from a simple piece of wire or coat hanger, just anything that we can go ahead and reach into that fuel tank and pull that fuel filter out of there. And of course, with safety being key, you'll need your safety glasses. First thing we'll be doing is replacing the air filter. Before we do that, we just want to take some safety precautions. So let's go ahead and make sure the ignition switch is in the stop position. We also want to disconnect the spark plug boot just to prevent any kind of accidental engine starting. And then also, if the engine's been operated recently, we just want to make sure that the engine's had ample time to cool down. So before we get started with the air filter and removing the air filter cover, we do want to go ahead and make sure this choke lever is in the cold start position. This will prevent any kind of loose dirt or debris that may be in the air filter case from getting into the carburetor. In order to replace the air filter, there's no special tools required. Simply turn the air filter cover knob in a counterclockwise direction until the cover is loose. Go ahead and pull the cover off. Typically your old air filter will remain within that cover. Go ahead and pull that off. And then we'll take our new filter, place our new air filter into the air filter case. We'll reinstall the cover and tighten securely. Air filter maintenance is key to long engine life. We want to go ahead and keep the dirt particles out of that engine and prevent premature engine wear. Next in the tune-up procedure, we'll be replacing the fuel filter. So let's go ahead and remove this fuel filter cap. There is a retainer. Go ahead and just pull that out of the tank like so. And this is where our hook comes in handy, to where we can reach into this fuel tank and actually grab the fuel line that the fuel filter is attached to at the end. When you have the fuel filter like so, go ahead and hold the fuel line and the fuel line clamp that's on there and just twist the old fuel filter off. When we take our new one to install it, make sure not to lose that clamp. We also want to make sure that the clamp is secure onto the line as we push the new fuel filter in place. Once the fuel filter is in place, go ahead and tuck the fuel line back into the fuel tank and just make sure the fuel line is not kinked inside there. After that, you can go ahead and take your fuel cap. The fuel cap retainer just kind of bends slightly, push that back into the tank, and then you can go ahead and secure your fuel cap tight. In order to remove the spark plug from the engine, this is where your 19mm spark plug wrench will come in. So go ahead and install the wrench on top of the spark plug and unthread in a counterclockwise direction. Once the spark plug's been broken loose from the engine, you can just typically unthread it with your fingers. Once the spark plug's removed, take the new spark plug from the YouCan kit and thread it initially into the engine with your fingers just to prevent any kind of cross-threading. Once the spark plug's snug in the engine, we're going to come back with our 19mm wrench and securely tighten into the engine. Once the spark plug's tight, we just want to go ahead and reinstall the spark plug boot and listen for that click to ensure the spark plug boot is properly installed onto the spark plug. So this completes our preventative maintenance on our Echo SRM-225 trimmer. As you can see, with Echo's YouCan kit, it makes it extremely easy. You have all the parts you need within a few minutes. You can keep your trimmer running like new season after season. So thanks for watching.